congratulations once again. These last minutes seem to be the theme of the season so far, and again this time Lyndon Meikle coming on there and scoring a cracking goal. Must have given you a bit of a heart flutter.
I think if you look at of the late, in certainly our level of football, the teams who've scored a lot of 90+ minute goals. I mean, I always remember last season we kept on looking at results and Hereford still drawing, and then all of a sudden it come through 96-minute winner. So you get 10 of them, that's an extra, that's 20 points, and that makes a big difference. And we've certainly, this side of Christmas, we're scoring a fair few, and not always the same player, which is as a manager, as a coach, that's just a real big positive, because I've mentioned it on numerous occasions, with the quality we got throughout the team at any given moment, no matter what status of the game is or how they are in their performance, give them a chance and a moment, and they've got the quality to take it. And it's at the moment it's proven.
Seesaw game again, really. We're in command for 40 minutes of that first half. Went 1-0 ahead, missed a penalty, and they had 5 minutes of pressure. Got a good goal from Martin, admittedly, over Paul White.
Yeah.
Then the second half again, we got back into the lead in a soft penalty given by the referee.
Yeah, I mean, if everything was perfect, we could be given the trophy now, wouldn't we? And
can we have the trophy now?
it'd be nice, but football don't work that way, no. And we've got a lot of football to be played, and it's going to be very difficult, because we're going to be shot at, and people will want to get one over on us. And yeah, I think Paul has come to the fore again with 3 vital saves. We did dominate, and then that last 5 minutes was their period of time. Yeah, very good goal. We just had a look at Gary, probably committed himself too much to cover Stanners and basically give the option for the lad to pass it. And yeah, it's a good finisher, used the elements well. Snoop, for me, in the second's got to go win that header. Then we were dominating the second balls. I'll give credit to them. They really, the shape, they locked our fullbacks from getting on and high and having the opportunity with the ball. But I thought our midfield, we outworked the opposition today.
Ben Mills did well, didn't he, today?
Yeah. Well, I've read and watched like sort of higher paid managers, and they talk about sort of in-house competition challenges or motivations, and we've got a group that if you give the next man an opportunity, half an inch, then they'll come in and take it. And that's the competition within the group to get in the starting 11, and that then drives the players on in their performances. And that's really key. And as long as it's competitive and understanding, and we're all fighting for the same goal, which we are, and we're all on the same page, then it is really you get the positive results like what we are. We've changed things again, some forced, some not.
It's a surprise seeing Azza on the team sheet, because you said 10 days to me with a dead leg.
Yeah, and, it was more bone than muscle, so it was more if he could cope with it. I thought he had a very good game today. Warranted his 2 goals. He was
second one was a beauty, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's Azza of old, and well, I wouldn't say old. That's wrong. That's the Azza we know from the goals he scored last year, and you certainly know on a one-on-one you feel comfortable with him. He's very composed. He's clinical, but we. They'll feel disappointed that they've played us and they could have got the draw, and I think at the end of the day our quality come through in the end, and a real today's what you said about the Seesaw performance, it just shows the community, the team spirit and the club spirit, because the club's grafted extremely hard today to get today on.
Yeah, brilliant, wasn't it?
It could have been very easy to take the easy option and call it off. From the moment when the original referee, who was ill, called it off from his bedside, yeah, because he was ill. Fair play to Neil, speaking to the FA, said, look, no, give us 3 hours, we will get this on. It's only a small area. The day got warmer and warmer. You know, in fact, the finishing the game was warmer than when it finished.
Barbecue weather, wasn't it?
Yeah. So for me, today's win is very pivotal, and very much shows you the spirit of Kettering Town. a plus on the crowd, and they went right to the end. And in that second half, you know, clawing us in, driving us on, sucking that ball in, and that helped. It helped our performance to go to the end. Stuck behind us. The committee, the board, the volunteers. I mean, where they pulled 3 heaters from was a tremendous idea, and got the game on. And that sometimes when you look back at the end of the season, you pick moments and you pick games, and you'll look at the effort put on from various and numerous people, from Graham on the ground staff to Neil the secretary, to Malk, and to all the volunteers. They warranted that last minute winner.
They did indeed, and it must have been a delight for you to see Marsden be dropped back in defence in the second half when he was put at left back, was it? Right back?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I was more focusing on how we can just open them up. We were always in the ascendancy, but unfortunately they're just, you know, they caused us a few problems. At that 5-minute spell in the first half, keepers made some great saves. Whitey kept us in, made a great save early on in the second half. But I don't know, today I always felt every time we were going forward we were causing them problems. And you
nice to bring Reece on though, isn't it, as well? I mean, he can give you so much more, can't he?
Yeah, I mean, we've just spoke about it. The margins between the lads in team selection at the moment is very, very difficult, because they give you so much totally different, and it's of a very good standard. So we went with Adam because we knew they weren't overly big side.
Was he injured? He seemed to have wrist injury.
He's fractured one of his knuckles by the looks of it, which was irritating him. But he, Adam's performance second half last week warranted the start. We tried to loosen Dan up to get on the ball and make things happen, which I thought really worked in the first half until they changed their shape and Dan ended up defending a little bit more. As it was always proven on the shoulder, and then I just felt we were dominant, and I just think we need to get some pace on against some tired legs. And if there's one player who's got pace, it's our Reece.
Any thoughts of bringing young Knowles on at all?
There was 2-2. It was
Brett's time.
yeah. Brett's a difficult one, isn't he? Because he can come up with a goal, he can defend, and I think just as
last week was a perfect example, wasn't it? When he brought him on, he scored. And
so at 2-1, when Aaron came off injured, we just felt, okay, we're going into the last 10 minutes. We need just to shore up a few things. So we made that decision there to move Lyndon out to the right, and Brett in with Rico. And the good thing with Brett is when it went to 2-2, and you just you tell Brett to go bomb forward and get in and around, it's like music to his ears. He wants to go get the winner and enjoy the moment. So that opened him up, and it released Lyndon on the right.
And I suppose also one of your uncontrollables came for you today as well, with Lowestoft winning 1-0 against Stourbridge. So something that was out of your hands, and icing on the cake.
We can't control what Stourbridge and Stratford are going to do. We can only concentrate on ourselves, a cliche or whatever you want to call them. We are putting pressure. We're putting pressure on people now. We're putting pressure on people now. So it's that's how Aaron he runs the show.
Yeah, he's just
like he does on the pitch. He runs the show. So
any chance you may have heard him there as he came in the door. So
he certainly takes his chances. So fair play to him.
Thank you, Marcus. Fantastic once again. And Aaron's announced himself as he
I'll get out of the way.
I'll get out of the way. He's giving a shake of the hand there. Well done. How are we? Cold. 2 goals. Marching up there. Didn't think you'd be on at the beginning of the game. Saw you on the team sheet. Surprised?
Yeah. It was just a case of getting all the swelling out and bruising. He got me on the hip bone, and had a lot of swelling. But I just iced it like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all last week. Probably wasn't right for training Thursday, but weren't far away. we didn't train anyway because of the weather, but I probably wouldn't have trained. And but I've been doing my own bits, obviously in the gym and stuff. So I told him yesterday that I was all right for. I knew yesterday that I was all right for today.
Massive games, weren't they? The one last week, obviously at Stourbridge, and then today you took your goals exceptionally well. Did you? I heard someone say that you didn't think you'd scored the first one at first. Pretty sure it's got the photographs of you with your arms aloft, etc. And
no, I was just saying I nearly missed it. It was a bit of a tight angle, and the ball was bobbling. I just concentrated on trying to get on target, and I think if the keeper would have dived a bit earlier, he might have been able to keep it up. But I think he was a big lad. So
he was big, wasn't he?
It took him a while to get down, so he was already over the line, and then he's tried to keep it in, but he's just.
I also thought you scored with a header as well. He just flashed by, didn't he?
Yeah, it was
good
half,
position, wasn't it?
It was half a chance. I couldn't. The ball was kind of floated, so it was hard for me to generate the power. I was trying to generate the power, but yeah, it was half a chance.
And then obviously the second one, which we'll see on the highlights later in the week, which you can observe as well, and was a classic, one of your classic Aaron O'Connor goals, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, I've just gambled. I've seen the ball going up to Dan Ullman. Dan Ullman, to be fair, is not bad in the air. Wins his fair share of headers. And I've just said, oh, flick. I've just said flick it, and I knew any kind of touch, and I was half a chance, and it was a perfect flick. And then I could feel the guy obviously all over my shoulder, so I just concentrated on getting it in front of me. So I had a little touch with the head and just got it in front of me, and then again tried to keep it low because seeing the keeper coming out and put it in the corners, put it low, gives them big guys a problem.
How difficult has it been that you were injured obviously early on in the season, didn't get the full pre-season eventually because of the injury? You've come back into it, you've started to find your form again now. Got injured a bit last week, and forming a good relationship with Holman as well. It must be good again.
Yeah, it was frustrating. Obviously got injured in the last pre-season game. So then after all your hard work that you've done pre-season kind of goes out the window, and then when you're coming back in, you kind of need a mini pre-season again to get yourself going and get your body going again. But I didn't really have that; just only had the games. So, like I was saying in there, I'm probably at about, after being out, was it 3.5 months? Probably at about 60%, where I probably need a pre-season to get me up to 75, 80, and then the last 20 is just get you what you get with games. But I kind of had to get it all back from games. So obviously I felt the difference in my performances when I was playing. I didn't feel like I was up to scratch, but I knew the only way I was going to get there was by keep playing, and fair play to the gaffer. He kept trying to give me minutes as much as possible, even though he knew I weren't at my best.
Must be frustrating for you though when you're on the sidelines, that you want to get involved and you can't, and the team's winning. And
it is. But like we got a good bunch of players, and when I knew I weren't playing to the level, but Gaffer was still trying to give him minutes. He needs to make sure that this team's still trying to win at the same time as well. So, I owe him a bit for that as well. And but then once you start getting going a little bit and you start finding it, and then and you come off the bench, you have to try and do your bit. So I was just coming off the bench, trying to do my bit, and just trying to force the issue a little bit in terms of getting back in the starting lineup, because obviously Dan and Reese and Kunz, when he was there, all the boys up top were flying at the time. The team was flying, so you just have to wait your time. It swings and roundabouts all the way. Right, the season goes up down. You got players. 1 minute you're not in the squad, then you're not playing, then you're starting every week and you're flying. And from now to where I was a month ago, I feel like it's there and there. Do you know what I mean? So the aim is to just try and stay up and stay on top of your game as well as you can, and you just have to try and look after yourself as much as you can in this part-time game. And just make sure that your body and you're ready to help the team. That's all I do. Just try and do what I can do what I know I can do, and try and do it as much as I can. And I know if I'm fit, I'll help the team in a positive way, and I know that I'll always score goals for the team.
How about that fantastic support? I saw you last week at Stourbridge dancing around there. The dead leg was all right then, wasn't it? We've got you on some film there, and today again at home, 762 here. Went ballistic again, didn't they, in the final moments? It must be a great feeling, isn't it? I mean, I lost composure last week. I know you did as well. It was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, they've been tremendous. I think someone was saying there was 1,000 of them. It
must have been easy,
Stourbridge. So yeah, with support like that, it's like an extra man. And with everything that we've been given, when they turn up in their numbers like that, it makes you want to go that extra mile for them. When they're singing the heart, even when we're not playing well, like today, there was times when they could have stopped getting behind us. But you always get the through moans and groans. You get that from the bench as well from us. But they really got behind us today. They really got behind us last week, and I think without them last week and today, I don't think we'd have got 6 points. Really? So that's how important they are.
Well, there we go. Well, thank you, Master, for coming over. Nice to see you again. Let's hope you can get a few more goals, get back up to 40 again, if we can. So, brilliant, fantastic result today.
Cheers, mate.
Aaron O'Connor.
Cheers.